Hello everyone, welcome to Property Talk with Ray and Dan. I'm Raymond.
I'm Dennis, and we are going to talk about this thing that's been ongoing for a while, which is called the GFA Harmonisation. And it's something that's been lingering in the market for a while, but today we want to go straight into it and let you understand how this thing works.
Yep, that's right. It's a bit boring, right? But actually you might want to stick around because this might save you from buying a shrinking home.
Don't worry, nothing is boring with us.
That's right. So your dream home might be pulling a magic trick, displaying the square foot without actually moving a wall.
But actually what has changed? Because last time it used to be a very normal way of buying houses, right? Right now with this harmonization, how does it affect us?
Well, it's actually from a government initiative to making sure that everyone's singing the same tune when it comes to measuring property size. They introduced this universal measuring back in June 2023.
And that being said, I think it's very important for us to really understand the key changes of all this so that all of us are educated.
Yes, definitely. So mainly there are few key changes they are looking at. So all floor areas are now measured to the middle of the wall. Strata areas including balconies, roof terrace and void spaces like those fancy high ceilings are now excluded from strata area calculations.
Yay.
So your double ceiling height, right, living room isn't doubling your cost anymore.
Yahoo! Can buy penthouse.
Yeah. So free areas like the aircon ledge now counted in the GFA. So no more free spaces for your poor aircon to hang out anymore.
That means the aircon ledge are smaller, and am I right to say that we have more livable space?
So with this new system, right, why should our viewer care? Are their homes suddenly going to shrink overnight?
So it's like you're buying a jeans, it's labeled as a size 32, but then when you wear it, it feels like 30. And when you do such a purchase, you need to feel it instead of just looking at numbers.
Definitely. Let's break it down right now.
Okay, come, let's take a look.
So first of all, how do we actually think about it? So this actually is a reduced sellable area. Okay, imagine 1,000 square feet condo you're eyeing now will be listed as 920 square feet. But remember, you're not actually losing the space, it's just measured differently. Okay. Second, with this effect, right, there might be a potential price increase. With less sellable area, the price per square foot might seem higher. So lastly, a developer might change the property design. Now they are trying to get creative to maximize the usable space since they are not being charged.
This is exactly what everyone wants because we want to live in a space that's comfortable, isn't it?
Definitely. So you expect to see fewer wasted space and more efficient layout.
One of the few things that our clients used to face is that they say the aircon ledge is too big and such spaces are actually very wasted, but they are paying for it. So I'm quite sure right now with all the things that we mentioned over here, our viewers might be a little bit confused about what's going on and might be freaking out. So in that case, I don't know. Raymond, does our viewers need to use vernier caliper to measure the house?
Hey, don't panic, don't be so drama, okay? We of course got some tricks up our sleeve to help you navigate this. So here are a few things to keep in mind. So number one, look beyond the PSF pricing over here. Focus on the overall quantum and usable space. Okay, why I say that, right? It's not just about the numbers. It's about how you actually can use the space as well. Number two, always view the property in person. Numbers on paper can be very deceiving and you wouldn't want to buy a car without a test drive, isn't it?
Correct. Therefore, I think it's very important to visit the show flats because only then when you go and feel, you actually see what you are getting in the future.
Definitely. And of course, number three, study the floor plan carefully. Like I said, a well-designed 900 square feet unit might feel more spacious than a poorly designed 1,000 square feet.
Which we are going into it later.
Yes, of course, with all the floor plan analysis. It's not the size of the boat that matters, it's the motion of the ocean.
Nice. Wow, very team, huh?
Yeah. Okay, lastly, when you're going to sell to the resale market, use educational videos to educate the future buyers because they may or may not know which is harmonized, which is not harmonized.
Correct.
So in fact, I think this happen quite a lot of times to the buyers. Usually what will buyers do, they will go into Property Guru with their budget, they'll filter. They will filter the price, PSF, what else?
Location,
what
distance.
Else? Distance. After that, if let's say you want to buy the best buy, what will you do?
Cheapest or just go straight to the cheapest.
Yes, okay, what else?
That's for me.
Lowest PSF.
Lowest PSF for sure.
Then you want big or small?
Of course, bigger.
Yes, so when it comes to this kind of differentiation in projects, right, like harmonization and non-harmonization, what happened is that the harmonized project, they will actually feel smaller because they removed the aircon ledge and those spaces.
Correct.
So what will happen in your choices right now?
Then the selection of the units that I wanted big are actually filtered to very little quantity.
Exactly right.
End of the day, I think it's very important for our viewers who are going to buy harmonized projects. And that being said, item number 4, we are able to educate our buyers in future, and this proved to be a good exit plan. So let's get into the floor plan. other than just talking about theory, let's talk about practical usage now.
Okay, let's go. Alright, so now we are talking about these two projects, mainly Grand Diamond and EOK Emerald of Katong. So as we all know, Grand Diamond is non-harmonized and EOK is harmonized. But then again, like we elaborated earlier, what's the main differences? Okay, let's look into Grand Diamond floor plans. Okay, currently they are 62 square meter, 667 square feet. As we can see, the dimension over here, and the aircon ledge actually occupied 4 square meter. So if you take 62 minus 4, the actual usable size for a harmonized project is only 58 square meter, 624 square feet. Let's go into a bit about the layout. From here, you enter the foyer, you got a very squarish foyer and a DB box.
Yes.
Follows by a side kitchen, which is no enclosed space. Do you like this kind of kitchen, Dennis?
Very claustrophobic, leh.
Claustrophobic, and if you cook, what happen?
The smell will be in the house everywhere.
Yeah. So for this particular layout in Grand Diamond, right, the dining area also stick together with the kitchen area. It does not really have a located dining space.
So my guests will smell like my food.
You are right, yeah. So unless you want to build a partition here, which is not very advisable, you know.
You make the whole house look damn small also.
Correct. So it's very straight and a dumbbell layout. What it means by dumbbell layout? That means you have a room on the right and another room on the left side. Moving into this, the bedroom size are pretty decent. And they have a very good balcony size as well. Okay, let's move into looking at EOK.
EOK, Emerald of Katong.
So EOK also same size, about 58 square meter, 624 square feet. If let's say Grand Diamond go into harmonized project, it will be the exact same size they're looking at.
Yep.
But right now, they do not calculate their aircon ledge in, right? So similar layout. Okay, you come in from the main area, foyer. Again, have an open kitchen. But what good right now is that it's actually have more space over here as well, as you can see. So what happened on top of it, right? You can actually put some cabinetry work over here.
Yes, correct.
And what happened is that the dining area, they have a designated dining area. As compared to a Grand Diamond layout.
I think it gives people a very clear demarcation of the dining area to the kitchen and vice versa.
Okay, so this layout, right, is similar to Grand Diamond, is dumbbell as well. But what I feel that the rooms are slightly bigger lah. Like you can see, the length here is about 3.6. And over here, the master room is about 3250.
3250, yep.
Now you can see the tiny space over here as compared to this side over here. Quite big.
Correct. It seems like master bedroom is really bigger and it's more lepak space, right?
Definitely. Yeah, okay, so with these two different layouts, right, Dennis, which one will you choose?
Honestly, I think I'll take EOK though.
This one?
I think most importantly is everyone wants space, and I'm someone who requires a little bit of space, right? If you notice, we are not standing very close, so
Not like that.
yeah. So therefore, as a home buyer myself, I actually look at the amount of usable space that I have, and I think this harmonized, measurable system helps the home buyers like myself to really see exactly how much space I want in a particular unit. So I would just take EOK. One thing is this allocated dining area is very, very important because it doesn't mix up the boundaries, and other than that would be the room space. Master bedroom is really a good ample, let's just say creative space. You can do whatever, you know, and you can extend the cabinet, you can do extra vanity table, you can put in your own study table inside or small little gaming station, whatever you need.
In fact, you see, right, for here the EOK, right, they actually put here, the master bedroom, they have a small bedside table for you. And it have a bit of more space as well for you to open your cabinetry.
And typically master bedroom over here, they will put king size bed, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
My own bed is super king, so I definitely need a bigger master bedroom.
Okay, roll 4 times. Right, okay, so let's go down to analysis, right? Of course, like what Danny's decision is quite good. Right, for us, we also choose EOK as the preferred choice. Reason is because you have allocated dining area and a bigger room space. Okay, let's put price point into perspective right now. If Grand Diamond right now, I think the average price is about 2526. But let's take 2548 as a gauge. If let's say with this PSF and of course these sizes of 667 square feet, the price will be about 1.7 million. This is before harmonization. Okay. Right now, if let's say we use the same price point at 1.7 million, divide by 624 square feet, which is the same size after the harmonization, of course the PSF would be higher. Right?
Yep, definitely.
So that's where people compare harmonized and non-harmonized, and they realize, hey, why harmonized project always so expensive?
Correct.
But if let's say the quantum is similar, the price point of the PSF will definitely be higher because of the size will be the same. Scary not?
Actually, when you look at price point, when people see 2.7 versus 2.5, I think that definitely there will be a resistance.
Yep.
However, when you walk into a show flat or when you visualize living in a bigger livable space, I think this amount is quite okay.
So early on when we mentioned important is check on the floor plan.
Yes.
And when you go into a show flat, understand the space. Okay? So next, shall we go into a 3-bedder? Okay. So similar project, Grand Diamond and EOK. As you can see, Grand Diamond is not harmonized and EOK is harmonized. So 3-bedder right now, the size we are looking at is 104 square meter, 1119 square feet. And minus off the aircon latch, which is over here, which is about 6 square meter. It boils down to about 98 square meter and 1051 square feet. Okay, let's go into the floor plan. Okay, so we enter by here by a very nice foyer where you can wear your shoes. You can even put a mirror down here as well. And very nice long kitchen we are looking at. It's about 4.2 meters from the start to the end, and it's enclosable with a very nice glass window. I think it's inserted by the developer over here.
Ooh.
And of course with this, right, they have a very long living area layout. About 5.8 meters all the way with additional balcony space, another 1.7 meters. So for this layout, it's very nice because all the rooms and balcony is being tucked to one side. It means to say they will have the same view. So if let's say you got a very nice open view or pool view, that'd be very nice.
Amazing.
And of course, they have a very nice study area over here, given to you as well, in between the master bedroom and of course the bathroom. But for this layout, right, if let's say this wall is hackable, right? It can be part of your master bedroom, if you ask me. You hack this wall, you put a door here, then you take away this door, straight away your master bedroom is this big already.
That could be a walk-in wardrobe by itself.
Okay, so as we mentioned, Grand Diamond size is 104 square meter, 119 square feet. That's before harmonization. EOK is a harmonized project. So what happened is that after minus off the aircon latch, it boils down to 90 square meter, 969 square feet. It's about 8 square meter differences from the harmonized Grand Diamond if they are harmonized. So that boils down to their floor plan. So same thing, you come in here, very nice foyer, almost similar to Grand Diamond, but they have a store at the left side here. A very small store which I think can be used as shoe cabinet, or maybe what else can we put there? Bicycle, I don't know, cannot.
Bicycle,
Maybe.
Maybe.
Bicycle. Okay, you have to stack up straight this way.
Maybe can store all my Lego boxes.
And similarly to Grand Diamond, the EOK have a elongated kitchen, long living space as well. And again, all of their bedrooms and balcony is stuck to the same side. Why are we using this comparison? Because it's best that we can use an apple to apple comparison. Okay, or maybe a slightly small apple lah.
Small apple versus big apple.
Small apple versus big apple, but not too drastic lah. Okay, not durian versus apple lah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So similarly, they have a study room over here. From what I see, I think this study room is actually quite big. If you ask me, it can fit a single size bed. Potentially can be for a helper, but you have to enclose the wall lah.
Or the kind of bed that you can fold up.
Correct. I think that's what a lot of show flat did for their household shelter,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Then apart from that, I think the room size are quite decent. So if let's say these two comparison, right, Dennis, which one will you choose?
Actually, I'll still also choose EOK, but looking at how the whole Grand Diamond 3-bedroom layout currently is at, I think I'll choose that.
Oh,
I think one of the main thing is because my family loves to cook, so long kitchen is something that we will greatly consider. Yeah, and also in terms of the Grand Diamond, you notice that the home shelter is actually tucked with the kitchen. So that being said, and that's also the entrance as well. And the home shelter is not placed, in the middle of the living room or within sight when you are resting or when people open the door, come into a place and then, hey, the home shelter, I know it's that. Yeah, so it's nicely tucked there. Last but not least, long living room is also something that I always prefer as a home buyer. And because of that, you are able to do a lot of creativity in terms of renovation, how you want to make your house looks like. This time around, even though the pricing might be the same, non and harmonized projects, this time around I'll choose Grand Diamond.
Sure. Okay, let's look into the analysis that we did. Okay, so over here, right, I think what Dennis said is very true. For Grand Diamond, you have a very long kitchen over here. And of course, they have a household shelter instead of a storeroom as compared to EOK. And household shelter, I think, can put a lot more things. You can even put your rack up as well. And you have a very long living space that gives you the potential to do a lot of different things. So for families with kids, right, you can actually have a small play area over here. Okay, they put a mat for them to play around. And at the same time, when you're cooking, you're still able to see them.
Correct. Yeah, that is very helpful.
Okay, so price points wise, if let's say Grand Diamond is being sold at about this price point, 2.8, because the average PSF again is 2.5 to 2.6. So if you're using 2.8 as an illustration, right, their PSF will be about 2502. If we take 2.8 divided by 1119 and we get this amount. Similarly, if let's say EOK is about this price point, the PSF will be higher. Why?
Harmonization?
Yes, because the square feet now is 969.
Yeah, and I'm not paying for 6 square meter of aircon ledge.
6 square meter, right?
Yeah, that's quite a lot. Yeah. That's really quite a lot.
So you think back, okay, you see, just now 2-bedder, you choose EOK, which is harmonized.
Yeah.
So after that, 3-bedder, you choose Grand Diamond. So is it true that harmonized is better or non-harmonized is better? Or what else should you look out for in terms of this kind of decision making?
Actually, it's a good question. I'm quite sure a lot of people see this video, they'll be confused as well because of my decision. But please take note, firstly, decision is mine. I think everyone has different preference, right? And most importantly, when it comes to price point, PSF and quantum, it's really dependent on the floor plan analysis and also, most importantly, the project, where is it located at, what is the surrounding competitors. Lastly, will be the level. Because there's always a level price jump between everyone. So whatever numbers that we show in terms of PSF that we show over here are mainly average and also just for illustration purposes.
So if let's say you want an analysis like that, you know who to look out for, either Dennis or myself. So Dennis, recently, right, there's this whole collection of plot. I'm not sure if you realize, right? Do you know where is it? It has a lot of plot of land, and I think among that, almost 5 plot is being sold and launched and post-launch.
I know already. That one is, they call it the Singapore New Township, Lentor.
Oh, okay. Shall we get to that?
Okay, my favorite place. Let's go.
Okay, Lentor. Okay, so for this time round, we will be using Lentor Hughes Residences and Lentor Mansion to compare. Okay, so Lentor Hughes Residences is non-harmonized and Lentor Mansion is harmonized project. Okay, so we're using the 2-bedder. They are 64 square meter, 689 square feet. And the aircon ledge is about 3 square meter. Okay, so if we minus off, remaining is about 61 square meter and 657 square feet. As we zoom into a floor plan, it is also a dumbbell layout, but what happened is that now they again have a small foyer over here and a very nice squarish kitchen, non-enclosed as well, and a dining area follows by the living room, and both sides dumbbell layout. Okay, let's go into Lentor Mansion.
Before you go there, I think viewers must be thinking, how come the words are reading in the opposite way? So we actually inverted the floor plan just to allow a better comparison.
Yes, correct. So again, it's apple and small apple. So Lentor Mansion right now, for 2-bedder harmonized project, their size is about 61 square meters. So if you look at it, right, it's exactly same size as Lentor Hughes Residences. After minus off the aircon ledge. For this, they do not have a very big foyer, but actually once you come in, you can see the whole stretch of the living area, dining area and the balcony. But what's nice is that the kitchen is being tucked into this corner, so that you have, I think, small squarey space that you can work as well. Then apart from that, I think the rest are pretty straightforward.
Other than that, I think other than the longer living room, the master bedroom is bigger and also the master toilet.
Oh, wow.
So for such floor plan, most importantly is that because it's a 2-bedroom and I'm quite sure space is also much appreciated. Therefore, in this point of time, if I think you're going to ask me my favorite question, which is which one do I like more, I'll definitely like Lentor Mansion.
Okay. Oh, like you said, you see the toilet over here, it's 4.8. This is 4 meter. Makes a big difference though.
You can roll 2 times.
So why do you like about Lentor Mansion?
Lentor Mansion, like I mentioned just now, I think the master bedroom is bigger. So for 2-bedroom over here, I don't talk about entry point, I talk about exit point, right? For this current buyer of this Lentor Mansion unit to sell in the future, and when they get buyers coming in, when they see the bedroom bigger than other projects, I'm very sure that there'll be more like wow, for this particular unit.
Definitely. Okay, let's go into analysis right now. Okay, so price points wise, we're using about 2.3, 2.4 per square feet for Lentor Hughes. For 2-bedder, they are selling the average price about 1.6 million over there. So the average PSF is about 2322, using 689 square feet.
Once again, average price for
average price, just average price. So for Lentor Mansion, if let's say we're using the same quantum to look at, so the quantum, of course, the PSF will be higher to 2.4 3.5. But why Dennis choose Lentor Mansion, as he mentioned, right, is because they have a very long living area from here all the way down, and of course the bigger master and bigger toilet. So in the case that if let's say you rent out the other side to a tenant, you also don't feel imbalanced. Right?
He still can roll, right?
Still can roll. Okay, shall we go to the 3-bedder?
Actually, before that, I think down here, what we can see is also, other than the floor plan being well, with a longer living room, bigger master bedroom and master toilet, notice that the PSF doesn't differ too much. The content is the same, PSF only differ by about 100, and I think this $100 more per square feet more, it actually shows that Lentor Mansion is probably a better buy for many.
Yeah, so I think, like I said, what usually resale buyer will do, right? They'll just go to Property Guru, then just filter, but they actually didn't know that they are the same size.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So quite dangerous. So must take note, see the floor plan, explore the size, then make a decision. Okay, let's go into the 3-bedder right now.
3-bedder.
Okay, so 3-bedder, Lentor Hills Residences, 102 square meter, 109 square feet. After minus an aircon ledge of about 6 square meter, they have two A and B here and here together. So from here all the way up here, this whole part is their aircon ledge. So you minus off this part, they will have about 96 square meter. Okay, for this layout, interestingly, all the bedroom and balcony, same thing, tucked on the same side, and they have a very nice enclosed kitchen for you. But what's good is that for this unit, right, the household shelter, can you see over here? Okay, the entrance is in the kitchen. What does this mean, Dennis? If let's say your storeroom is very untidy, what will you do?
Man, close the door. Nobody will ever know I have a storeroom.
But what if the door is here? Sorry, what if the door is here?
Yeah. All the belongings inside will smell like food.
So you keep all your stack inside there. So for this, right, good is that the house shelter, their entrance is in the kitchen area and not in the walkable corridor area.
Correct, and I think also that is well hidden and people can't tell. You don't have to ask your ID to go and specifically make a door.
Conceal.
Correct. That's the current trend currently, and we don't have to do that.
Correct. Okay, let's see. Lentor Mansion is 92 square meter, 990 square feet. Slightly smaller after if Lentor Hills go into harmonization. Okay, let's look at the floor plan. Oh, this is quite interesting. So when you come in here, what happens is that you will see the whole of the kitchen and the living area at one go.
Yep.
Yeah, so quite nice, quite interesting. So potentially here, if you want, I felt you can put a cabinet or an island for a dry kitchen. Then your dining area shift a bit. Okay, and this one, what is this? Yeah, okay, so this one should be a WC, which is a very interesting placement.
Right at the door. No one thought you can place a toilet at the door.
Yeah. So then it's quite interesting. Similarly, the household shelter entrance is the back of the kitchen, so it does not hinder much of the living space to your friends or families that comes around. So here come my magic question again. Okay, Dennis. I think this is smaller by about 4 square meter lah. Okay.
Yeah, by a bit.
Yeah, but which one will you choose?
Actually, in terms of layout, I would prefer Lentor Hills this time around. Because down here at the corner, if you see over here, there's quite a lot of things I can do around here, right? Then after that, if I go in, at least the frontage view, people can see the long living room and together with the kitchen. Plus, if the view is good, depending on which stack that we are choosing, then down here we are able to see probably one of the few parks around there. The thing is, it has also a bigger master bedroom, which is quite important. Plus, if we look at Lentor Mansion's layout, I think the frontage will be pretty good. Because when my guests walk in, they will be like, aha, wow, nice place. Then suddenly, another guest came out, and the smell coming out from the toilet, that would be a little bit awkward.
Surprise! Yeah, so despite having a good frontage, but I think this placement could be better. So your choice would be Lentor Hills.
This time round.
Okay, let's check it out. So we have analyzed and decided that the balcony in Lentor Hills is actually a bit bigger. This is about 5 square meter, this is about 7 square meter. And they have an enclosed kitchen. While for Lentor Mansion, you have to either partition up yourself over here. And of course, they have a very long, huge master bedroom, commanding at a 4.15 meter long.
Yep. In this part of things where we are looking at per square feet, even though we are paying for the aircon ledge, but in terms of price point, it really seems that it's a lot more acceptable for buyers. However, Lentor Mansion also provides very good layout, not just this unit, also other units. But when we talk about this unit itself, the placement, and also depending on which level they are looking at, which deck they are facing, and it might be a very good choice for others too. Price point, when we talk about price point, the quantum is the same, and in Lentor collection, the per square feet might be something that need to be considered.
I think what Dennis said is also very true, is that from this illustration that we see, right, Lentor Hills and Lentor Mansion, the price difference in terms of PSF is almost close to $250 to $300 per square feet. Yeah, so if let's say a buyer comes in, they say, wow, Lentor Mansion 2.8, Lentor Hills 2.5. So I don't know, if you use that as an indicative to make a decision, right? I think don't decide too quickly before you look at the floor plans and compare it closely. Because even for now, when we do a comparison, I think like what Dennis mentioned, he might choose Lentor Hill residences because after analysing all the small factors like the storeroom, like the
master bedroom
size, living length and all those. Yeah, so it's better to analyse properly before making a decision.
So therefore, this video is really to educate everyone that GFA harmonization might break your beliefs about having a bigger space or might make a different turn when we talk about price point in terms of PSF and quantum.
Definitely.
But most importantly, right now, all these are post-launch projects. Recently, of the current new launches wave, we had Chua Park, and then just recently we had Ori. So shall we do these two comparisons?
Sure, let's go for it. So for Chua Park, they are en bloc, so they are non-harmonized, and for Ori, they are harmonized project. Okay, let's go to Chua Park.
Chua Park had more than 5-figure worth of visitors on the first weekend of launch. It is a very, very hype-up project.
Crazy,
Let's take a look. Let's take a look
yeah.
at that floor plan.
Okay, so this is a two-bedder for Chua Park. It's about 65 square meter, 699 square feet. A very typical dumbbell layout like what we did with the past two projects.
Yep.
Okay, you come in, non-enclosed kitchen, open up, but it's an L-shaped kitchen. Dumbbell layout here and here. Alright. So what do you think is special about this layout, Dennis?
This layout is quite interesting because the moment you open the door, you see your DB box. But other than that, when you walk in, you take about 2 steps in, you probably can see the whole view throughout until the balcony, from the kitchen to the dining to the living. But it is good because there's a demarcation between the kitchen and the dining. Other than that, I think it's a very long living room though. Yeah.
So there's one thing that I just spotted, okay? Is this part here, Dennis? Can you see? What is this?
The study room.
You didn't realize, right?
Yeah, I didn't see. I thought it's just a void space.
Yo, it's a master bedroom cabinet, right? Right? I was looking at yeah,
I see the word
it
study.
must be here for a reason. Yeah, so there's a study room that's being built in the bedroom too.
This unit or this floor plan is good for renter you. So if you look at this, right, if this is hackable, that means we can close up the whole master bedroom. And whether if you are living on your own, it will be very, very interesting because you are able to do more stuff, more designs and what so. But if you are renting it out, it commands a very good amount of rental yield. If you notice, down here we can actually cover it up, and probably this one can be one room by itself. And then this will be room 1, room 2, and room 3.
Oh, Dennis, you're like an investor, are you?
Well, I think for my clients.
Very good, very good. I like your idea. So that's what exactly I was thinking as well. Like this particular area here can be one room. And then you open up a door over here. Then this entrance for this room 2, you conceal up, open the door here. Then today have a 3-room, 3-bed, 2-bath. Okay? So this is Chua Park. Let's go into Ori. Ori is a harmonized project. So after Chua Park minus away the aircon ledge, actually they are the exact same size. Okay, let's look into floor plan right now. So Ori floor plan is very nicely done. You come into the main foyer over here. Turn left, there's a small study for you. Actually not very small. It's actually 4.6 square meter. Quite wide. Potentially you can put maybe a single bed. Or even you can put your shoe racks over here. Enclosed kitchen. Straight into a living space. Very long living space of probably 5.4 meters. Dumbbell layout. And master bedroom, pretty good size as well. So what do you think about this floor plan, Dennis?
The allocated dining area is actually much more defined in this ORI layout. And then the study area is actually tucked in one corner, which also can be better utilized for rental use in the future or even for own usage compared to Chuan Park that we just look at. And the kitchen is enclosed. That is important.
That's good. So today, right, Dennis, if you're an investor right now, which one will you choose?
I put location aside.
Outside, yes, location.
That being said, it will be ORI this time round.
Oh, why so?
I mean, if you look at it, the ORI layout actually makes more sense, which is very versatile in terms of how you want to deal with it. Whether you're buying to stay
Yes,
or for investment purposes.
Definitely. So for investor, you'll choose ORI.
For investor, I will choose ORI. I will
For
still
own
choose
stay?
ORI. On stay, I will still choose ORI.
Okay.
What would you choose?
I'll choose ORI. Okay, let's go then. Okay, ORI actually have a very nice enclosed kitchen over here. Okay, whereas for Chuan Park, they don't enclose this area because I think they built a L-shaped cabinets. And they have a separated study area, which can be utilized for different purposes. And allocated dining area over here as well. Okay, I think for Chuan Park, their dining area is much, maybe a smaller allocated dining area.
Yeah.
For this, maybe potentially you can put probably 4 to 6 packs over here.
Yeah, easily.
Oh,
Just tilt the dining table around.
yeah. Price points wise, the difference is about maybe 100-ish differences over here. If let's say we're using the same quantum as a comparison. Okay, let's go into the 3-bedder, shall we?
3-bedder. Let's go.
Okay, so for 3-bedder, I'm using the very typical layout, all tucked into one corner. The size for 3-bedder for Chuan Park is 96 square meter, 1033 square feet, and minus off the aircon ledge is about 4.7 square meter, which down to about 91.3 square meter and 98 square feet. Let's look into the floor plan. Come in, nice kitchen this time around, enclosed. You have both sides to use from. And once you come in here, it is very big living space. What I like about this, Dennis, is that I think there's a bit of privacy. If let's say I open the door, hello, I'm back. I come here and see, if let's say my sofa is being tucked here, and the TV here, I won't be able to see who's in the living room. Privacy?
Not so much. I'm quite sure you're gonna do one step after in a big step, and then you will see your.
Yeah, me of course. You got to walk a bit further in, but once you open, you can't really see. But I think there's a bit more privacy for what I think. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so for the household shelter, the entrance, right, is parked along the corridor area here towards the rooms. So for me, I felt that a lot of HDB owners, while they have this in their house, right, what they do, they conceal it up. They build additional here for cabinetry work. Yeah, so that the guests will not see where your household shelter is.
Yeah.
Anything would you like to add on for the Chuan Park layout? Let's go into the ORI. ORI after harmonization is about 95 square meter, 1023 square feet. Let's zoom into it right now. Okay, for ORI, when you come here, there's a very nice foyer area. And your DB box is being concealed this corner here.
Amazing.
And the kitchen actually is enclosed as well.
Correct.
And what I like again is the household shelter is being parked at the back of the kitchen.
Nearby the yard, which is a lot easier.
You can keep all the unsightly stuff as well. And what's good is that their living space is about 5.5 meter wide. And you see, this is probably a 3-seat sofa, but I think potentially you can put even a 4-seat.
Probably.
Rooms-wise, all tucked to one corner. So this master toilet right now is 5.8 square meter. It's quite crazy, yeah.
The master bedrooms are also bigger.
So you can see over here, master bedroom, right? When you put a king size bed over here, there's still space to put probably a bedside table here as well, both sides.
Yeah.
And I think their common room is pretty big as well, 8.8. Usually size for a private is about 8 to 8.4, that range. It's pretty luxurious, I felt.
Actually, got one thing. After we went through so long, right? I realized something. Every time we look at floor plans under Harmonize, when we see non-strata, I'm quite happy.
So it's not eating into your livable space.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you look at non-harmonized project floor plans, and then you see the aircon ledge so long, so big, and you cannot use it. You'll be thinking, why am I paying for that?
Exactly, but right now at ORI, people say the longer you build is better. They don't care anymore. In these choices right now, which one will you choose from, Dennis?
It's quite similar to the Lentor collection, three beders. I think the home shelter is actually in the kitchen, and this is something that I really like it because it's tucked nicely. Secondly, the room size are bigger, which like I mentioned it before, it is my preference.
Okay, what you say is very true. For the Ori, the house shelter is in the kitchen over here. So it's being tucked to the end of it. And the entrance will not hindrance any of your guests that's walking through to go to the toilet or whatsoever. And the room size generally is much bigger. So you can see in Chuan Park, the room size is about 8.2, 8.4. But the Ori is 8.8. So it's significantly much bigger if let's say you go into a show flat and see the differences.
Yeah. For the sake of this particular video, it is very obvious that my choice is Ori. But of course, when it comes to floor plans, we have seen better ones, and I'm quite sure viewers like yourself, you also did. One thing I want to mention is this is something that we might want to further consider because some people don't like to come in here and then need to turn left, turn right, and go in, right? A lot of people would prefer you come in straight away and then you have a good vantage view of the whole house.
Understand.
But well, for this purpose, this is still a better one. And most importantly, look at the per square feet.
Right now for Chuan Park, it's harmonized about 2,500 per square feet. Whereas for harmonized, Ori is 2,524.
For harmonized unit at this price, which others has already paid for the similar price for non-harmonized unit, I think the option is quite clear for many. And most importantly, there are also other factors that we can cater to why you should buy a harmonized unit.
Definitely. Okay, so Dennis, there's a lot to take in. So right now, right, can you give our viewer a quick recap? Okay, my head is spinning faster than a washing machine right now. There's so many things now.
So with so many discussion and we went through a couple of projects, we went through a couple of floor plans, mainly the 2-bedder and 3-bedders. Let's zoom down on a few things that you as a buyer or potential buyer for harmonized or non-harmonized projects.
So as we've been through before just now earlier on, right? So number one is that look beyond the PSF pricing. As we go through so many examples, I think we went through about 3 different projects, or 2 and 3 bedder, right? So look beyond the PSF pricing. Sometimes it may be about close to 200 per square feet. Okay, look beyond that, focus on the overall quantum and the usable space.
Most importantly, it's about affordability as well.
Exactly.
Because sometimes we don't want to stress ourselves too much when we buy a property. And even though there is something that you really like, but it's way beyond the acceptable PSF, I am quite sure your agent or even us, we will advise accordingly.
And number 2, always view the property in person. If let's say it's a new launch, go down to a show flat. Speak to your agent, or maybe someone that you are familiar with. Go down and see the show flat in person.
Or just call us.
Or just call us. I forgot to mention that. Just call us.
Not trying to upsell, but yes.
Yeah.
Or call him.
Yeah. Okay. So when you see the property in person, like even resale or new launch, right, then you're able to anticipate the space. Is this too big, too long? Maybe you can do some measurement to actually find out more.
Correct.
So thirdly, the main thing is study the floor plan carefully.
Very important.
Okay, very important because like just now what we went through, right? You can see inside the room is bigger, you can put more bedside table, living room is longer as well. Yeah.
Surprisingly, but not surprised, I do have a couple of friends that actually can study floor plans better than agents. They've been looking at all these floor plans and trying to see how they can design based on the layout that they are given, based on the project, and most importantly, they also think about how to exit. They really plan how to sell before they even buy.
Wow.
And I also learn from them, but most importantly, we are being trained to look at floor plans carefully so that we can help you with your entry price, we can help you with your exit plan.
Definitely, that's very true. Yeah. So lastly, I think for resale seller, right, I think more importantly is you probably need to use some educational video to analyze the property and educate your future buyers between harmonized and non-harmonized project because they probably do not know about it. They just go to some platform to filter.
Correct.
Then you buy the cheapest, everything lowest and go for it. But didn't realize sometimes the layout is not ideal and they just enter the market like that. So using educational video to educate future buyers, I think that's very important.
We are very afraid that viewers or even buyers will buy the wrong unit based on very rough calculation or very rough search. And I think this is a big purchase. And it's also a minimum 3 years commitment. Therefore, it's really something that we should really look deep into it.
That's right. So if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification button. And we'll be back very soon to tackle another property puzzle.
Until then, keep your PSF close and your measuring tape by your side.
And remember, in the world of property, it's not about how big it is, it's about how smart you are with what you got. Thank you and see you next time.
Bye-bye.